Tonight is a special night at the White House. It's Donald and Melania's 20th wedding anniversary. 20 years is a long time, especially for Melania. This morning, Trump paid tribute to his longest-serving wife by reposting this AI image of himself with a lion.
The White House recently marked Donald and Melania's 20-year marriage milestone. This morning, Trump shared an AI picture of himself with a lion to celebrate. When Kimmel cracked a joke about Trump's marriage, it clearly hit a nerve. Trump reacted like he touched a hot stove. Would he ignore it, post angry messages online, or would Melania just give that familiar tired look? Either way, people grabbed their popcorn.
I'm guessing he noticed a bunch of people posting about his anniversary, which remind him, oh, it's my anniversary. So he then reposted this sweet photo of Melania literally pushing him away from her.
Trump probably realized his anniversary after seeing others mention it online. He then reshared that famous photo where Melania seems to be pushing him away. Kimmel knows what he's doing. Taking shots at Trump doesn't just get laughs, it creates headlines. This happened around the time Trump spoke at CPAC, basically a gathering of angry folks who don't trust vaccines. Trump talked for over 2 hours. You could have left, watched TV shows, and come back to find him still going.
Our president kept the crowd very warm at CPAC over the weekend. CPAC, if you're not familiar, is basically what would happen if Judge Jeanine Pirro headlined the Fire Festival. It's a lot of very angry white people. It is the largest gathering of people who believe vaccines are witchcraft in the world. And for 2 hours and 2 minutes, Donald Trump gave what I believe we may look back on as his I Have a Dream speech. This was his longest speech since taking office. He went on and on. You could have left this speech, watched 2 episodes of Game of Thrones, come back, and he would still have been going. And to kick things off, Trump went to one of his signature moves to start it. And I know there's a lot of competition, but I think this might be the dumbest thing he does. To you and remember till today. Who does that? It's Donald Trump shows more affection to flags than Eric and Don Jr. have ever gotten in their whole lives.
When making fun of Trump, Kimmel doesn't just drop a joke and move on. He breaks it down piece by piece until some audience members are almost out of breath from laughing. Camera operators always scan for reactions. Who's laughing too hard? Who's pretending not to? Who's checking their phone nervously? Meanwhile, Trump might be watching from his room, Diet Coke in hand, planning his comeback. Trump and late-night TV hosts go together like matches and gasoline. The fire never stops. Making fun of Trump guarantees views, viral clips, and heated arguments in comment sections. This feud didn't start during his presidency. Trump has been joke material for decades. In the 80s and 90s, he was the flashy real estate guy with gold buildings and a huge ego, basically a cartoon character before he even got into politics. Comedians liked him then too, but joked more about his wealth, weird TV appearances, and that hair.
Has there ever been a worse host than Jimmy Kimmel at the Oscars? His opening was that of a less than average person trying too hard to be something which he is not and never can be. Blah, 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 make America great again. Thank you for watching. I'm surprised you're still, isn't it past your jail time?
During the Apprentice years, Trump leaned into being the tough boss who fired people for fun. Hosts like O'Brien, Letterman, and Leno made fun of everything from his catchphrase to his name being on everything. Back then, Trump played along Doc. He enjoyed the attention and even appeared on these shows while they teased him because it helped his image. Everything changed in 2016. Now it wasn't just about poking fun at a weird billionaire, it was serious. Colbert sharpened his jokes. Myers, who had roasted Trump at the 2011 White House dinner, made Trump jokes a nightly thing. Kimmel, usually more lighthearted, suddenly jumped into politics, using his show to talk about Trump's policies and tweets.
According to reports from multiple news outlets, his former sister-in-law alleges that Hegseth's wife was terrified he would abuse her to the point where she and her sister had a code to text each other if her husband became violent, and she feared for her safety.
Then there's Fallon, who became infamous for playfully messing up Trump's hair in 2016, trying to keep things friendly. Viewers immediately got mad, saying he was making Trump look too normal during a serious time. Fallon later said he regretted it, but the damage was done. Trump never forgot it, and years later still complained about Fallon, telling him to be a man and stop apologizing. As president, Trump hated late-night hosts, calling them unfunny and part of fake news. When Colbert really went after him, Trump called him talentless. When Kimmel criticized his policies, Trump attacked his ratings. He didn't just complain online, he brought it up at rallies. Even after leaving office, Trump still holds a grudge. The problem? The jokes keep coming, and as long as there are microphones and laughing audiences, hosts will keep making them.
If I was going to make stuff up about him, I'd start telling people he wears diapers. I would explain that it's a long trial. He drinks a lot of Diet Cokes to stay awake. He's getting up there in years, and it's perfectly normal for a man of Trump's age and carriage to wear absorbent undergarments to stop the leaks. So, I mean, if I was making stuff up, that I would point out that the reason he stands like this and golfs like this and plays tennis like this is because he has a full diaper strapped around his little mushroom garden.
The Trump marriage has been a big internet mystery for years. From the outside, it often looks more like a business deal with a no hand-holding rule than a love story. Late-night hosts, especially Kimmel, haven't missed a single awkward moment. When Kimmel made his recent joke, the audience reaction said it all: laughter, gasps, and that oh snap energy.
Fallon asks me if he could do one thing. Could he play with my hair?
Can I mess your hair up?
I want to see if it's real. So he didn't just play. He puts his hand in my hair, and the audience went wild, and they loved it. 6 months later, he stood up, and he said, "I'd like to apologize for doing that." He lost his whole audience when he did that.
People have been picking apart the Trump marriage for years. Remember that famous hand swat in 2017? While walking in Israel, Trump reached for Melania's hand, and she seemed to swat it away like it was dirty money. That 1-second clip became an instant meme, with everyone debating if it was accidental or the most passive-aggressive rejection ever caught on camera.
Usually when Donald Trump gets a spanking like this from a woman, it's with a Forbes magazine. Kamala was pushing his buttons like a 12-year-old playing Fortnite. This was a much better debate than the last debate. This is like the Lion King when Simba came back to avenge Mufasa. Trump's advisors, before the debate, they urged him to be happy Trump instead of mean bully Trump, and to please focus on the issues. Of course, he didn't listen to any of that at all. But who are we kidding? This election isn't about the issues. I mean, Dick Cheney isn't voting for Kamala Harris because he agrees with her on the issues. He's voting for her because there's a rhinoceros charging and she has the tranquilizer gun.
Then there's that icy stare. That chilling moment from Trump's inauguration when Melania's forced smile disappeared the second he turned away, like something from a horror movie. This clip comes back whenever someone suggests Melania might be unhappy. Add in all the stiff photo ops and Melania's lack of enthusiasm around Trump, and you've got perfect joke material. Kimmel knew exactly what he was doing with that joke, tapping into something people already laugh about. The internet went wild. Within minutes, social media exploded with reactions. The hand swat clips came back, and theories ranged from she's planning her escape to she's just waiting for the inheritance.
Fallon asks me if he could do one thing. Could he play with my hair?
Can I mess your hair up?
I want to see if it's real. So he didn't just play. He puts his hand in my hair, and the audience went wild, and they loved it. 6 months later, he stood up, and he said, "I'd like to apologize for doing that." He lost his whole audience when he did that.
Trump supporters weren't laughing. They defended the marriage, saying Kimmel was just another Hollywood elite taking cheap shots. Some insisted their relationship is completely normal, despite all evidence to the contrary. Love him or hate him, one thing's clear: Trump's marriage has given us some of the most unintentionally funny moments in political history.
Hey, speaking of prisoners, this should be an interesting Valentine's Day at the White House. For instance, will Donald Trump get flowers from Vladimir Putin? We don't know. And what about his wife, Melania? Will they spend the night together, or will she remain trapped like Rapunzel at their apartment in New York? Do you know Melania Trump has a new line of greeting cards? They carry these now at CVS. They're interesting, actually. I've not seen any. Happy Valentine's Day. Open out, save me.
True to form, Trump reacted strongly. Did he post angry all caps messages? You bet. Did he call Kimmel a hack and blame failing late-night TV? Of course. But here's the funny part. In trying to dismiss the joke, he actually made it worse. His long rant turned a simple punchline into days of news coverage. Classic Trump, turning a joke into headlines while insisting he doesn't care.
I want to also thank my beautiful wife, Melania.
The internet did what it does best, made memes. Social media lit up faster than Trump could type. Jokes about Melania blinking in Morse code spread everywhere, while people made dramatic reenactments on video platforms. Trump fans flooded comment sections calling it disrespectful, while critics laughed until it hurt. Other TV hosts jumped on the bandwagon, turning Kimmel's one-liner into days of jokes with Trump as the unwilling star.
Kimmel's a loser. We would do Jimmy Kimmel. I'd do Jimmy Kimmel. I did him a lot.
Yeah.
He used to greet me on the sidewalk outside of his studio. I'd come in. This was before politics, of course. But I'd come in, and he'd be standing on the sidewalk. Oh, sir, may I bring you in? He'd bring me in every time. And then I ran for politics. I never, got involved with them much. But all they do is talk bad about Trump. That's all. The whole show is talking bad about Trump.
He is a ridiculous person.
Through all this, everyone watched for Melania's response. But there was nothing, no statement, no post, not even a carefully worded "I don't care" moment. Instead, people analyzed her past expressions like detectives. Was she secretly laughing in private, rolling her eyes and adding this to her list of things she's over? Does she even watch these shows? Or is she too busy perfecting her poker face? Either way, her silence spoke volumes.
So I said to our great First Lady, who can draw a crowd? Did you watch me tonight on television, First Lady? People love our First Lady out there. Go out and get a book. She just wrote a book. I hope she said good things about me. I don't know. I didn't. So busy. She just wrote a book called Melania. Go out and buy it. It's great. And if she says bad things about me, I'll call you all up and I'll say, don't buy it. Get rid of it.
Individual freedom is a fundamental principle that I safeguard. Without a doubt, there is no room for compromise when it comes to this essential right that all women possess from birth: individual freedom. What does my body?
Kimmel now has two options: drop it like a mature adult or keep making Trump jokes until he's red-faced. Spoiler, maturity is overrated. Meanwhile, Trump, who never forgets a grudge, might turn this into a campaign talking point with dramatic gestures. TV writers are celebrating because when Trump takes the bait, it's like an early gift. The internet is already 10 steps ahead, debating if this feud ends with a comedy special or an online meltdown. Either way, comedy wins again.